Hi there and welcome. Welcome back to the referral code. In this session, we're going to have a look at how you invite your ideal clients to invite their friends or colleagues and business associates to a meeting with you. So this is the invitation process in the referral code program. So to lead in, firstly, you've identified your ideal clients based on your own criteria. Choose who you're going to work with and how many you're going to work with using the referral code. My suggestion would be that for initially, just start with 2 or 3 and go from there, because once you get this down pat, then you'll be able to use it anytime. So the next step is to complete the product matrix, which we've been over together, and identify the gaps, the opportunities, and then dollarize them. In other words, where there are gaps and opportunities, put a dollar figure in there, conservative dollar figure, and get a feel for what's on the table just with those 2 or 3 clients that you've got. We've had some wonderful stories over the years where people have identified quite a bit of money, like for example, in excess of $100,000 just sitting on the table, and all we need to do is develop a sales plan to close some of those gaps. Now, if you want some help with that, just refer that to us. In other words, you might have a half a dozen clients there that could do with some accounting software or some bookkeeping services or self-managed super funds or quarterly management reports, whatever the case may be. And we need to put together a sales plan to approach those people. I'm happy to help you do that. Once you've done all that, rate your level of service to these clients on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being awful, 10 being awesome, and 7 you can't use. In other words, you can use from 1 through to 6, you can use 8 through to 10. 7's just sitting on the fence. You've got to be an 8 or you've got to be a 6. So you've got to make a decision around that. So once you've rated your service, just put that aside, because you're going to have to look at ways in which you can improve that service, which is part of the referral code program. Whilst this is not critical for the referral code, it's something that I think you should be looking at anyway. Be clear on your point of difference, because this all helps the conversation, what your vision is for the business, your values, your core behaviors, to the extent that you are a referral-based business. So that's something that all the staff, all the team need to be thinking about, that your firm is becoming, if not it already is, a referral-based business. Next is, how do you want to be framed? Now, what I mean by that is, what do you want people to say in general terms when they are inviting their friends, colleagues, and business associates to a meeting with you? For example, this is how we would like to be framed. If you were referring us to another accounting firm or to a business client, you might say something like this. If you want to grow your business and take it to the next level, if you want to grow personally and professionally, and you feel that you're a big thinker and action-oriented, and you want results fast and financially risk-free, then I strongly recommend you have a chat with Trevor or Eve at Marchandales Consulting. So what we've done there is summarize probably our ideal client. So we're looking for people who firstly want to grow their business and take it to the next level. We want them to be able to grow personally and professionally. So that's an important part of our coaching and our training. We want to work with people who are big thinkers and they're action-oriented, fast responders. They want to get results, and they're okay to work with us on the basis that it's financially risk-free. In other words, if this doesn't work, then they don't have to pay. So that's basically what we're saying as a way to frame us. So have a think about how you would like to be framed, because this can be useful when your client perhaps is inviting one of their clients or business colleagues or friends to come and have a talk with you. But refer to us on that one if you wish. Next, give each of your selected clients a call or a visit. So there's sort of two episodes here. We're going to see them or talk to them twice. And that talk could be spread over a month, 2 months, 3 months. That's really up to you. The first time, it's a how are you going call or a visit. It's what else can we do for you type of call. it's what I call a person first, client second. What are their goals? What are their dreams? What are their ambitions? Now, for a good example of this, there's a YouTube video. It's a guy called Paul Goff, and he's a client of a colleague of mine in the UK. But what Paul has to say, and he's speaking to an accounting firm in the UK, just runs for 10 or 15 minutes. It's really well worth listening to, because you may be a little surprised what clients are really looking for from you. So subject to what they want to do and what you can do for them, so they might want some things done that you can't do, you may be able to refer them somewhere. We put that in motion. In other words, this is a where are they going, what else can we help them with type of call. Check in on your service levels with them. Make sure that you are working towards improving that level of service all the time. And at this particular call or meeting, ask them, what do they do to grow their business? And this is where we start sowing some seed. Do they use word of mouth? Do they use referrals? And inevitably they will at some point. Ask them, how would you know, that is, how would you know if you had a great prospect for them? So this gives them a chance to frame their ideal client. So this is not so much about us at this stage, this is all about them, which is consistent with what we teach in the Sales Factor program. Next, make the point about referrals. Now this is just a sense, this is just a feeling that you have, that you feel the world of business is heading this way because of the trust issue. You see, trust is one of those characteristics that has come under question over the last 5 years, more even so. There was a time when it wasn't such an issue, but these days it is. We don't tend to trust people that well anymore. Even if we get a referral, we still tend to like to go onto the internet and onto their websites and check them out, those sorts of things. So we're making the point that you feel referrals is the way of the world. This is the way business is going. And tell them that you're moving towards an almost 100% referral-based firm. Now, the truth is you're probably 80% of the way there now. You may do some other type of things like networking, social media, website inquiries, those sorts of things. But generally speaking, most firms grow their business on the back of word of mouth and referrals. So tell them that you're working towards that. And in fact, in an ideal world, the only referrals you would like are the ones from existing clients, from people like them, said with a smile on your face. So we're sowing seeds here. We like the idea of our clients inviting their friends, their colleagues, their business associates, for example, to come and have a chat with us, just like we're happy to invite appropriate people to come and have a chat with you. It's about helping each other, isn't it? Anyway, food for thought. Now, leave it at that. That's the end of the first call or the end visit. So basically, we're looking to see what we can do to help them, and we're sowing some seeds about where we feel the world is going business-wise, and that is really largely around referrals. So, next step is a second visit or second call. Now, as I say, this could be in a couple of weeks, it could be in a couple of months. It's really up to you. If you've got some things that you've said you would do or look up or help them with, then you need to go away and get that in place. And that could take a while. But on the other hand, there may not be much to do. So the follow-up call could be fairly quickly. But this is where the rubber hits the road. This is where we're getting serious about inviting them to invite their friends, etc., to come and have a chat with us. Firstly, make sure you've done everything you said you would do and that your service levels are around 11 out of 10. Yes, that's right. It's above expectations. Use the first part of the call or the visit to simply catch up. Make sure they're okay and there's nothing specific they want from you. So this is a matter of talking through some of the things that you've been able to do for them since the last visit. Or if they had a project on or they were doing certain things, find out how they're going with all that. Now, at some point during this conversation, you're going to ask 3 questions. Question number 1 is, how long have we been working together? Now, they're going to say, oh, well, 3 years, 5 years, 2 years, 10 years. And you just use your own words, but it could be just like time flies, doesn't it? And you've achieved so much during that time. Question 2. What are some of the ideas, some of the strategies, some of the things we've put in place that you feel have really helped your business? I'm keen to know some so I can help other businesses achieve what you have. So in other words, you're inquiring about some of the things that you've done for them that have really helped their business. And the reason you're doing it, you want to get a feel for that so you can help other businesses. So that's a positive thing. As they answer the question, you write them down. And what we're talking here, we're evoking what we call a state of appreciation. This is where they're going to say things like, well, I think it's fabulous that you're able to set up that self-managed super fund for me. That's been really helpful. And, doing the cash flow budget was great. I don't know what I'd do now without a bookkeeper, etc., etc. In other words, we're listing all the things that you put in place for them over the last how many years that you've been working with them. Now, when they finish the list, go over the list and clarify each point. Just make sure that you've got a good list in front of you, that you've clarified it. And this is a way of acknowledging them, but it's also a way of them being able to reinforce in their own mind the good things that you've done for them. Then say, last time we spoke, we talked briefly about referrals. What are you doing, what we're doing, and how we would like to become an almost 100% referral-based firm. Well, it's early days, but signs are promising. So that might be just a little throwaway line. And if you've got to be comfortable with that. If you're not, don't say it. But well, it's early days, but the signs are promising. What we're doing, and I thought I'd share with you because it might be helpful to you, perhaps you could do the same. We're inviting a few of our clients to invite one or two of their friends, their colleagues or business associates who may be looking to do the same as you, for example. And then you go through their list again. So it may be you say, for example, we're inviting a few of our clients to invite one or two of their friends, their colleagues or business who may be looking to do the same thing as you. For example, to set up a self-managed super fund, to put a cash flow budget in place, to organise a bookkeeper, to organise some cloud accounting, those type of things. So in other words, we're going to put some context around this. Rather than just say, who else do you know that might benefit from the services we provide? We're going to list those services, the ones that were helpful to your client. And then you say, when that's all been done, I thought I'd share this with you because you might have someone you could invite to come and have a chat with us. So at that point, we pause. So that's a very important point. If we go back there just for a second, we're saying basically what we're saying is this is something that you could have a think about, then pause for a moment. Now, you would then say, I don't expect you to think of anyone right now, so we don't want to put them on the spot, but I'd be grateful if you would have a think about it over the next couple of weeks. In the meantime, and here's question 3, you mentioned that people who, and then you list what they said were important to them from a point of view of them receiving referral. You mentioned that people who XYZ would be suitable as a referral for you. Is that still the case? And presumably they're going to say yes. Well, then you would say, great. Well, look, I'll have a think about it and get back to you over the next couple of weeks as well. In fact, I'll send you a brief email summarising what we're both looking for. Is that okay with you? Now, you think about the situation here. They've thanked you. They've told you all the things that they like about what you've been doing for them, and this is an opportunity for you and them to share. Now, will you have a referral for them? Maybe, maybe not. Will they have a referral for you? Maybe, maybe not. It doesn't matter. What we've done is we've started a conversation. All sales start with a conversation, and that's what we're doing now. So we're starting a conversation where we're just not coming out like your average nerd and asking a simple, stupid question like, who else do you know, etc., etc. We're actually putting some context around this. We're putting some meaning around this, and we're setting this up so that it has at least a 50 to 60 to 70% chance of being successful. That's it. So that's all it is. It's really just a matter of putting all that in place. So I'd suggest you watch this video a few times, write yourself out a little bit of a script, and choose a client and start. Now, I'm going to send you an email template for the follow-up of this. In other words, when you say to them, you'll send an email to them just summarizing the sorts of things. I'll give you a template for that. So that's it. Good luck. And if you have any questions at all about some of those things, just email me, call me, and let's go through it. I want to coach you through this process so that we get it right. And just bear this in mind. If you get one of these right, just one, then you have a template forever. In other words, whenever you need or want to increase your revenue, you want to attract more clients, you've got a method that you've already worked with and proven works. You've got a method to do this. You don't have to go crazy with your marketing anymore. This is your marketing. The referral code is your marketing. Anyway, good luck and thanks again for listening and for watching, and we'll catch you soon. Bye.